Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the banks of the Ohio River and Paycor Stadium in the Queen City of Cincinnati. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Miami Dolphins and the Cincinnati Bengals. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. Hall again on second down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for him. This defense for the Bengals very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number? 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Nice third down conversion and even 20 yards. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
They'll go again with Hall. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down. Charles, when you talk about free safeties, I think one word comes to mind, range. And we saw an example of a rangy free safety right there.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
Here's Hall. Calling a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run with Hall. And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Had a chance to maybe limit them to 3 if they could have gotten that stop there, but a new set of downs.
And with a new set of downs, you got to take the mentality of the whole thing. Right now, everyone's looking at the offense and saying they've got the advantage. The best defenses just say, okay, new set of downs, gives us another chance to make a play ourselves and maybe change things up.
Pretty nice work defensively there on the first down run as they hold him to a gain of a couple.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
The tight end in motion right. This is Hall. And he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd. They'll send the big tight end in motion right. Now Hall. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3.
Don't forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
On the set.
They'll run for it with Hines. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. They're able to keep the drive alive, 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They run it with Hall off the option. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Ball again on 2nd down. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Nothing doing there as the 13th play of the drive proves to be unlucky.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Check right.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Hurry up.
The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Call again. And he won't get close. Only a yard, 4th and 3.
But this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. Now receiver in motion left. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Now they'll bring one of their tight ends in motion right. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter.
Here we go. Here we go.
Here we go on 4th down. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And on the opening drive of the afternoon, the defense forces a turnover on downs.
Let's go.
And a flag out right away, and I believe our day will begin with a 1st and 15. play fake here on first down.
Man open, that's Jamar Chase, complete.
And all the way to the 25 before he's hit and dropped. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. 23 yards, the final tally. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
But sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
That's multiple times now he's tagged him with a big gain with his legs. Really showing off some nice awareness and the ability to correctly realize when he's got a chance to tuck it and go himself.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Back to throw.
This goes out wide for Nixon.
A good display of power, but it will only get him just inside the 5 to the 4. So the completion good for 7 there, and it's second down.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Second down, ball on the 3. First down marker at the 1-yard line.
On the delay, it's Mixon. And he takes it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bengals.
Joe Mixon
with career touchdown number 60.
And the Bengals post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. It finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it and catch it, and he gets it done.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now a 7-0 game.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Taking it about the 1. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And last time, they had it 4th and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, trying to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense. Congratulations, you got us last time. But you didn't hold us the whole time. We got down in position. We were able to be in position to score. Let's go ahead and attack again. Continue to have that kind of confidence. Not worry about the one play that didn't allow them to get into the end zone.
Yeah, this time they'll be trying to get it into the end zone. We'll see what they do.
Ball again on second down.
And that is not going to get it done either. Once again, he's stopped behind the line by this Bengals D. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Option play, here's Hall.
And he's going to be stopped well short of what he needed as the tackle is made at the 18-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, and the punt team will now come out on 4th down.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Call that a 48-yard punt and made even better by a loss on the return. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. This could end up being a pretty big drive. I mean, look, yes, it's early in this game, but they scored the touchdown. They got the stop. And now if they could get in the end zone here again, CD, they could grab an early stranglehold on this one.
Yeah, they certainly can, and that's what you're looking for. Where's the advantage? Can you gain it? Can you press it? Now for them, finishing it off, because right now it's out there for them. They just got to go seize it.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down, because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Daxton Hill picks it off, and the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half, because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really, on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Out of the gun, they run it with Hall. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Not a huge carry there on first down, but not all of them will be. But still, all in all, a positive play for the offense. It's all about picking up at least a few to set up what you're going to do here on second down.
Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. They got to get to the 23 here on third. Now Tua. Oh, this is intercepted, intended for Hill. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And the Bengals are going to get the football here at their own 23. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
False start's going to push him back, but these days, how hard must it be to be an offensive lineman?
It's very hard, Brandon. You've got defensive linemen flinching, trying to draw you offside. You've got the loud crowds, and there are just so many super athletic players on defense now that you have to deal with each week. But through it all, these guys just sit in there for 4 quarters and slug it out.
The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Back to throw now on first down. Throwing for Chase on the crosser. He's got it. And he'll go out near midfield at the 49. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He's going to take a shot at the end zone. Why not? And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3 alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon. The Bengals set to receive. They have the lead and the football to begin quarter number 3.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive.
And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some...
He's got a man complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Mixing up the middle. And a short pickup there down to about the 9. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
And, Brandon, every running back wants to use their speed in order to get out in front of things. Sometimes you just have to be patient, let blocks develop. On that play, that didn't happen.
And he'll take this into the end zone for Bengal TD.
Jamar Chase,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Bengals take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And it's now 14-0.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
75 yards for him on the ground now on that, his 20th carry of the ball game.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? 2nd and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. Two and now on first down. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 39 yards there, a big one.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
Handoff, running left, here's Hall.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Hall again on 2nd down.
And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gain decent yardage.
Open man is Waddle, complete. And he's going to be taken down short of the first, right around the 15-yard line. They'll go for it. It's Hall. And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. The Dolphins can't convert on fourth down. And the Bengals will get the football back. They go play action here on first down. Buying time to his left. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to have it here at their own 15. So that, Charles, maybe the play that this defense has been looking for.
They've hung in there, and if they lose this game, it won't be from a lack of effort on their part. The key question is, can the offense finally do something, because we're into the third quarter, and a 0 is still glowing on the scoreboard.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Ball again on second down. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Paul on a give up the middle. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll run here with Hall. And he'll have a Dolphins first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
On first and 10, it's Hall. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On second down, a run with Hall. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The offense on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. On third down, here's Hall. And I don't think he got there, no. Just short like maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. Fourth down, fourth quarter, here's Tua. He's going to have his running back, it's complete. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down. So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. On the draw, it's Hall. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Ball again on second down. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
First down marker at the 31. It's 3rd down. Here's Hall again. And they'll get him down at about the 37. Well short of the first.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
They'll try and run for it. And maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line. They'll give to Hall. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Running left, it's Hall. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
So 4th down, Tua departs, and on is Jason Sanders and the Dolphin field goal unit.
This from 44 yards out, left hash. Sanders' kick is good, and they will get themselves on the board here at 14-3.
Well, no field goal attempts for him until the final quarter, but no hesitation on his end. He comes right out and nails his first field goal try.
And give him a lot of credit, too, because he stood there the entire ball game, but has managed to stay with it both mentally and physically. When they called on him, he was ready, and he knocked it through the posts.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation.
It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
Jamar Chase
With a second.
On the year. And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And oh my, mistake there. Backs up, takes a fair catch at the 3-yard line.
Ready, set.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They'll go again with Hall.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Straight ahead is Hall.
And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Okay.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. A handoff for Hall.
So that time they got the left guard with a hold.
And let's face it, in today's ball, you might have that 330-pound guy you're supposed to clear out of there. You might need a little bit of extra help by grabbing the jersey and trying to ride him out.
Here's a give to Hall. And he's got room. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 219 yards rushing for him now in the afternoon as he just continues to pummel this defense. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Tua going to throw. Touchdown, Dolphins. Jalen Waddle, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and it makes the score 21-10. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. And a few kneel downs should come very close to finishing this one off, depending on whether or not we see any defensive timeouts. They still have 2, but using them would just be prolonging. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is first and goal. Now it looks like he'll throw here. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
Down near the goal line, things really get physical. You're always anticipating a running play, but when they do throw it, things happen quickly. A little bit of a bang-bang play there that falls incomplete.
Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. An incomplete pass on first down. Here's second and goal. They'll look to throw here. Touchdown, Bengals! DJ Chark, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Bengals are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20 as his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. That's caught by his big tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Last play went for over 30 yards. This one not quite as big, but still over 20. A 3-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but
Certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to...
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. And the Bengals are going to have great field position here as this is returned just shy of midfield.
For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball and could not hang on. Second down coming up.
Back to throw here.
He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Jonah Williams, former first-round pick, the guilty party.
Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. They'll set up a throw.
And he'll let this one go deep for Chark. Touchdown!
Now it's looking incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
One final try for Tagovailoa. This will be caught. It's Waddle.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
This was a very close ball game at halftime, Charles, but in the second half, that offense kind of kicked things into another gear, and they were able to pull away for the victory.
And Brandon, I think they're the type of team that just looked in the mirror and said, hey, ton of pressure on, but we're the type of team that can flat out handle it. They stood up with confidence, and made it happen for a victory.
So for the Bengals, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. Meanwhile, for Miami, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a home date next week against the Kansas